Welcome back to the channel, y'all. Today I got a whiskey, I got a scotch. I've been putting off buying it for a while for a few different reasons. But that's what I got today, guys. I figured I'd give it its due and we'd do a review of it. And that's what we got today, guys. It's MaCallan 12 Double Cask. Check it out. The MaCallan 12 Double Cask. No stranger in the whiskey world, right? So even if you're not a scotch drinker, you've probably heard of the MaCallan whiskeys. So I always see them on TV. I mean, they are masters of marketing, really. I mean, they probably pay more money marketing than any other whiskey brand that I know of. And they're always in movies, at a bar scene. You see a bottle of this sitting in the bar, or a series that you're watching. The main character is probably sipping on a bottle of MaCallan. I've seen it in James Bond movies, just random things. But they market their stuff and they sell a lot of whiskey. They are a huge distillery. So 36 small stills, 12 wash stills, and 24 spirit stills. They're putting out a lot of whiskey a year. But I've always put off buying a bottle. You see it everywhere. So I've had it in a bar before, and I thought it was okay, having it in a bar. But I never bought a bottle and actually explored the bottle from start to finish. And I put off buying a bottle because it was always $80. The other day they had a sale. It was going on sale. I see it was like $74, and I was thinking to myself, like, man, we don't even have a review of the MaCallan on the channel. Let's buy a bottle, right? Start off with the core range, MaCallan 12 Double Cask. That's what we got. So this one's aged in, it says matured in perfect balance of exceptional sherry seasoned American and European oak cask. So apparently they take, what I'm getting from this, they take American, like ex-bourbon and ex-sherry cask, and then they sherry season the barrels, and then they put the whiskey in it and age it for 12 years. But that's what we got, Double Cask. So another whiskey that's very similar to this is the Glengoyne 12. It's kind of made the same way. It's not called Glengoyne Double Cask. It's just called Glengoyne 12. But they also age it in ex-bourbon and ex-sherry cask. And they even use the same barley. The Golden Promise barley that's used with MaCallan, they use it with Glengoyne too. And I've always bought Glengoyne because tasting the MaCallan at the bar, it tasted like the Glengoyne bottles I had here, but I always thought Glengoyne was a little oakier, had a better flavor to it, but it was $20 cheaper, so it was easy to buy that. Even if I ordered it online, I would still get it cheaper than I would buy a bottle of MaCallan for. But in the sake of doing a video, we've never done a review of MaCallan. I bought a bottle just to explore the bottle and see what we got, and that's what we're doing today, guys. So going into the color, so nice little color on it, for a 12-year scotch. That's another reason why I've always thought this was colored, right? Most mass-produced whiskeys, they add caramel coloring in the scotch and they chill filter it. But if you're reading on the bottle, it says at the bottom, natural color product of Scotland. So that surprised me that MaCallan, they got a natural colored whiskey. So just the color you got, it's the color you get from the wood. So Glengoyne's the same way. And I always bought Glengoyne thinking, all right, we got a better quality presentation whiskey with natural color, But so is this one. So, all right, going into the nose, though. Fresh fruits right off top. Fruits. Butterscotch, toffee. Not a whole lot of spice with it. I mean, you're looking at it's 43 ABV for a core range whiskey. I mean, that's what you're getting. A little bit of sweet and sour kind of like nose to it. There's like a citrus to it. Yep, sweet and sour citrus, very fruity. All right, let's get into the flavor, guys. Cheers. Fruits right off bat. Pear. That butterscotch is good. Right after you get that fruit note, butterscotch, toffee comes in. Lemon zest. That's what I want to say. Lemon zest. That's that citrus note that I get in the nose. Lemon zest for sure. Toffee, butterscotch. Oak, about mid-palate. Man, it's good. Very good whiskey. Complex. Very, the flavors roll. Very layered whiskey. They're not giving it away, though, for $80. But in general, the whiskey is... It's a little thin. You know, it's 43% ABV. So a little thin on the viscosity of the whiskey. But honestly, this is the first bottle of MaCallan I bought. I've had, you know, a couple of different MaCallans. I want to say Ryan had a bottle of the 12-year sherry scotch. A little bit more in price. You're looking at probably about maybe in the $90 range for that one in this current day and age. This one runs about 80s, but or even maybe 100 for that sherry 12-year. I'm not sure. But it's been a while since he had that bottle, but it was good. Like, I always thought it was a good whiskey. This is a good whiskey. It's very late. You know, you can't go wrong with it. It's not fantastic. It's not great, but it's a little thin, very fruity whiskey. Easy to drink, though. All the flavors are very accessible. You don't have to go diving in this and trying to find flavors. And it's nuanced. It's got flavors. It's very complex for a 12-year scotch, is what I'm trying to say. There is another series where they have, I forget what they call it. It's the MaCallan cask strength, but they call it something else. But it's a cask strength version of MaCallan, and I think it's more like the core range cask strength. I bet you that would be really good, because this with some proof behind it will probably be great. A bourbon drinker would think this is anemic. Just coming from a bourbon drinker's standpoint, because, I mean, most bourbons, you know, you're getting up there with some barrel proof stuff that we have access to. We don't really have access to a whole lot of Scotch cask strength. You can order them online, though, but I bet you this MaCallan would be really good at cask strength. Especially if the 12-year was, you know, if this actual 12-year was cask strength, it would be great. But I really do appreciate the 43 ABV. It's got a lot of flavors for it being, you know, slightly anemic with the proofing, but still a whole lot of flavors you get from it. It's good. It's really good whiskey. And I wanted to hate on it and give it a lower score when I first, initially bought the bottle, but it's really good. It's right up there with Glengoyne, I would think. They're neck and neck, I think. And we haven't even done a review on the Glengoyne, but I probably should have did a compare and contrast side by side with this one, but we'll do the Glengoyne at some time. But so Couyons rating on this, man, I like it. I'm gonna go 7.75. I want to say 750, but it's really good. It's complex. I'm gonna go 7.75 on it. Me and Ron had talked about this bottle a while back, and he had said, "Yeah, man, it's like the standard of Scotch whiskey." I'm like, "That's a good statement." I mean, it would be a standard in Scotch whiskey. He said it reminds me of a Buffalo Trace. How Buffalo Trace is the standard bourbon. He said MaCallan will be like the standard Scotch whiskey. I was like, that's a good point to make. I mean, I get that. It's a good analogy, right? But that's what we got today, guys. MaCallan, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time on it. I mean, people, you know, you can look for a MaCallan 12 review anywhere. So they're all over the place. But I like to do reviews on stuff that you guys can find, try it, see what notes you get compared to what notes I get from it. And that's what I like to do. But Check us out on the next video, guys. Hit that like button if you like the videos you're watching, and subscribe if you haven't. And I want to thank you guys for watching, everyone who does, and I'll see you guys in the next video.